7 years ago, I sat at the edge of the Aravali forest in Gurgaon, here in Gurgaon, armed with my pointy plogging stick and oodles way too much of optimism. I came to jog, and I stayed to unearth junk. Bits of plastic, empty chip packets, fragments of mysterious fabric, broken idols looking as tired as I was feeling, and diapers, so many diapers. Right. So blogging is this place where cardio and other people's garbage meet. Very romantic. That morning, I had a shift. My brain went from, oh my God, look how fit I am, to, oh my God, do I even deserve to be on this planet? Am I not contributing to the waste lying around in this pristine forest? It's very humbling to have a realization that pristine forest is actually code for nature's lost and found waste bin. So yeah, waste became my passion, and I decided that I'm going to do something about it. Hello, everybody. My name is Anuradha Dhawan, also known as Anu PD, and I have been a fashion designer for the last 35 years. My life changed when I started to segregate waste in my own home, and then I started to encourage others to do the same. At work, I was working with slow, sustainable fashion, supporting the cause. My personal and professional trajectories collided when I started doing campaign work for Aravali Bachao Citizens Movement as a founder member. Professionally, the deeper I dove into sustainability, I wanted to understand circularity better. And to help us understand circularity, I'm going to call our 6 volunteers, our 4 volunteers first to please come up on stage. So we have number 1, the resource extractor. Please come up on stage, resource extractor. You can stand over there. And then next to the resource extractor is the manufacturer. Please face the audience. Face the audience, everybody. And then we have a user, and lastly we have the landfill. So what does the resource extractor do? The resource extractor takes the raw material and hands it over to the manufacturer. The manufacturer enhances the product, whether it's a fashion product or a mobile phone or pair of shoes, whatever. And after enhancing the product, there's a user right there waiting to use that product. So user, please wear the hat, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Right, so the user has worn it now, and she suddenly finds that it's broken, it's in need of some repairs, and she throws it, and it lands straight on the landfill. Now we see this landfill is going to grow taller every time a product, a garment, a mobile phone is used and thrown just because the consumer didn't like it or it was broken or in need of repair. Okay, so let's change this whole thing around. And landfill, would you like to step back? And now we have the repair center making an entry. Landfill, you can stand behind the repair center. And we have a new entry of a future and new user. So we start the process all over again. Now we have the resource supplier, no longer an extractor. Then the product to be made is being made by the manufacturer, who then enhances it, and the user takes it and uses it. Wear the hat. And once the user is kind of done with it, it can go as a pre-loved item or it can go for repair to the repair center. Now, the repair center has done a great job. And congratulations, future user. You have a beautiful hat right there. And now the future user finds that it's in need of some further repair or upgrade. So hands it back to the repair center, who does the needful, and voila, gives it back to the user. And then this chain continues in a loop, and this is what is circularity. So you see that with the elimination of the landfill and the introduction of a repair center, we have actually avoided a very good item that could have been upgraded from going to the landfill. So, okay, we are done with the circular economy. Would you all like to step back into the green room? Landfill, please stay here. Thank you so much. So, has anybody ever been to a landfill? Anybody, show of hands? Okay, I have. And yes, good to see a few hands at the back there. So for me, the visit to the landfill, which also happened about 7 years ago, it changed my world. It was the second defining moment in my waste education, my education in waste. And that is when I realized what an abomination a landfill is. You see this person over here. Thank you so much for helping us understand this better. Every single time a hat, a pair of shoes, a mobile phone, mixed waste, old garments, diapers, sanitary waste, construction and demolition waste lands on the landfill only grows taller and taller. Okay, so we have our neighborhood Bandwadi landfill right here, which receives 2,000 tons of waste daily from the cities of Gurugram and Faridabad. It is a 121 feet tall mountain of garbage, mixed waste, which gives off an awful stench, which gives us off a liquid leachate, which then goes forth into the groundwater, into the forest, and into our water recharge zones. This 2,000 tons that is received daily is equivalent to 400 elephants every single day. Equivalent to 130 school buses. Maybe you can relate to that. 130 school buses every single day. How does that grab you? So all of this consumption, overconsumption, poor waste management, what is it giving us? It is giving us increase in greenhouse gases. It's giving us plastic pollution. The landfills are polluting our ecosystems, our land, our soil, our water, our air. And of course, loss of biodiversity because ecosystems are getting depleted. Thank you so much. All of this is leading to climate change. But hey, you can make a difference, so stop. There is a better way. And to explain that, we are going to call 4 more of our enthusiastic eco-volunteers. And we have A, who will stand there. Please stand there, A. And then we'll have B. And then we have C. And then we have D. Right. So we are going to do a little fun activity. A, would you like to give your shirt to B? Because B really likes that blue denim shirt. And B, I can see that C is eyeing your T-shirt, so you hand it over to her. D has decided that he loves the color red. So C is giving the red shirt to D. And A is looking a little sad and bereft. So maybe A, you can take the red, the shirt that D is taking off. And yeah, this looks like everybody is going to be satisfied with their choice of whatever new garments they have got. Lovely. Are you all happy? Big smiles. Okay, let's have a round of applause for them. So what just happened here? What just happened here? This was a garment exchange, a fashion swap. Has anybody heard of a fashion swap? Okay, show of hands. Anybody been to a fashion swap? Lovely. Wonderful, congratulations. You're well on your way to improving your eco-consciousness. Has anybody thrifted clothing over here? That's wonderful. I have to say, I'm really, really feeling so good to see this kind of an activity taking root amongst youngsters. Thank you so much, volunteers. You may step back. So what just happened here with the fashion swap was, before we even come to the first R of sustainability, we have to focus on the rethink that happened here. The rethink where we held a thought in our head for a while. Do I really need this? Do I need to buy a new thing? Okay, I need to refresh my wardrobe. Let me just swap an item with somebody, and I would have upgraded my wardrobe in a jiffy with no extra cost at all. Very little carbon footprint. Maybe you just took a metro or a short cab to where the swap was. And you actually prevented 2 garments from going to the landfill. So you refuse to buy new. And then, of course, if refuse is there already, reduce cannot be far behind. And the garment swap actually supports reduce as well, because you have stopped those 2 garments from going to the landfill. And within reduce, another activity that we can use is repair. So repair, like we spoke about the repair center who came and fixed that user's broken hat. Repair is a great activity. If you don't do it yourself, find a place, find a good tailor somewhere, a repair center for your mobile phone or for your shoes or your TV or whatever it is that you use. And right after that, we have reuse. Reuse is exactly what the swap again supported, where it said that the same garment can be worn by another person and again and again and again till the end of life of that garment. And of course, after refuse, reduce, reuse, a very, very important one is repurpose. And repurpose is very close to my heart because at work, I encourage my clients and customers to use this way to upgrade their wardrobe. I often tell people, why buy new? Why buy new even from me? Come on, let's repurpose what you have. And then at the end is recycle. So what exactly is recycle? When you've finished all the options, all the other R's, what do you do with the product that is still with you? Maybe it's now frayed, it's totally damaged, nothing more can be done, probably can't even be repurposed. It goes back to that resource supplier through the recycler. And it is broken down, put into small pieces, and made into something else. So that resource is not going waste. Remember we talked about circularity, we talked about the circular model, which moves away from the linear model of take, make, waste. And circularity, it puts recycling very high on a pedestal. It takes resources and uses them again and again. These are the steps that you could take to change first yourself and then change the world. You often hear elders saying to you, the world belongs to you youngsters. You're going to change the world. Oh my God, that's a lot of weight to carry along. However, I do think, yes, consuming less, driving in your own personal car less, making all those changes and tweaks where the carbon footprint on the earth is less. That should be the way forward. Also, not to forget our natural ecosystems, our mountains, our forests, our coastlines, wetlands, rivers and other water bodies that are waiting for some kind of positive human intervention. Revive them, resuscitate them, make them flower and blossom, help the birds and the bees and the butterflies. I mean, you can be fashionable and you can be loving for Mother Earth as well. Lastly, I would like to share with you about my initiative around the days, where we want to connect the dots between fashion, food, farm, waste, and waste, right? Waste has been the main topic, and that is the way that we can actually nurture nature. I'll leave you with these thoughts. I'll urge you to be mindful, have intent, and then take action. Because what good is it to Mother Nature if we just think, someday I'm going to change things, I'm going to save the world, I'm going to save the planet, if you don't actually take that first step. Thank you very much. It was lovely being here with you.